Why is that? What happened in the 90s or 2000s that led to this sudden rise in the age of marriage?
So, Keith, I think what's happened is we moved from basically a cornerstone model of marriage to a capstone model of marriage. So it used to be kind of this idea was you kind of, you got married, you found, love in your early 20s, established a common life together, and then you went out into the world,
Hmm.
together as a couple, starting a family, living in the same place, starting your own traditions, your own vacations, whatever it might be. Whereas today, people are assuming you have to get all your ducks in a row, Keith. You've got to get your education all established. You've got to get your career launched really successfully. And then you can kind of look around and find your spouse. And this is the capstone model that we see. And that's why a lot of young adults today are postponing marriage into their late 20s or early 30s. Now, I think the challenge with the capstone model, which is still very popular for a lot of my students at the University of Virginia and also for their parents, they think that's the best way to do things. And there are some, reasons to be, I think, cautious about getting married young, especially a lot of guys are not that mature in their early 20s. We know, obviously, for parents or teenage boys or young men. But I think we also have to be very cognizant, Keith, of one central kind of fact that I report in the book, and that is we're now estimating 1 in 3 young adults will never marry. And so I'm seeing a lot of college students at UVA expressing much greater difficulty in finding someone sort of worthy of dating, worthy of commitment, worthy of marriage. And so, given this new reality where I think so many young adults are never going to find a spouse, I would encourage young adults, both at the University of Virginia and then more generally, to be open to more of the cornerstone model if they happen to find someone in college or in the early 20s, either in work or in church or wherever, who is a great friend and worthy potentially of marriage.